The galaxy was a vast place, filled with countless alien races and ancient civilizations, each one unique and powerful in its own way. The Xeroth, a peaceful species from the planet Xerax, were known across the stars for their advanced technology and calm nature. They'd always lived in harmony with their environment, believing that peace was the greatest strength a species could possess. But peace does not always protect you from the darkness of the universe. One day, a ruthless and merciless empire, known as the Korthar Dominion, arrived on Xerax. They were unlike anything the Xeroth had ever faced before. The Korthar were not interested in peace or diplomacy. They sought only control, power, and the destruction of anyone who stood in their way. The Xeroth fought back with all their might, but their advanced weapons and ships were no match for the sheer force of the Korthar. In just a few short months, the Korthar had wiped out entire cities, leaving the once thriving planet in ruins. The Xeroth, desperate for help, sent out a galaxy-wide distress signal, reaching out to all the known species, hoping someone would answer. But no one came. The other races of the galaxy were too focused on their own battles, too fearful of the Korthar's power, or simply uninterested in helping a peaceful species they saw as weak. The Xeroth had no allies left. Then, in the darkest hour, the Xeroth made an unexpected choice. They turned to the humans. The human race had always been viewed by the galactic community as primitive, unpredictable, and far behind in technology. Earth, a small blue planet on the edge of the galaxy, had never been considered important by any of the more advanced species. But what humanity lacked in technology, they more than made up for in bravery, resilience, and an unshakable will to fight for what was right. At first, no one believed that the humans would respond. The Xeroth were out of options, and Earth was considered a weak and distant planet. But to their surprise, the humans did not hesitate. The call for help was heard by Earth's government, and without any thought for the consequences, they made the decision to send everything they had to help the Xeroth. Humanity's fleet was not large. It wasn't as technologically advanced as the fleets of the other galactic powers. But it was determined. The humans sent their best soldiers, their most skilled pilots, and their most brilliant scientists. They boarded their ships, filled with courage and hope, and set off toward the burning ruins of Xerax. As Earth's fleet arrived in the Xerax system, they found a planet in shambles. The once beautiful cities of the Xeroth were nothing more than ashes. The Korthar were everywhere, their massive warships hovering over the remnants of the planet, ready to finish what they had started. But the humans weren't afraid. They knew the battle ahead would be difficult, but they had something the Korthar didn't. The first battle was brutal. The human ships were far outmatched by the Korthar's advanced technology, but the humans fought with everything they had. They used tactics no one had ever seen before: quick strikes, ambushes, and feints. They fought with the ferocity of animals, protecting their territory. The Korthar didn't know what to make of it. They had never faced an enemy like this. But the humans didn't stop there. They knew they couldn't win just by fighting. They needed to outsmart the Korthar. Earth's best scientists and engineers worked day and night to build new weapons and tools, ones that could turn the tide of the war. They created new energy shields, powerful blasters, and stealth technology that allowed the humans to sneak past the Korthar's defenses. As the war raged on, the humans began to rally other species. Slowly but surely, other races that had once been too afraid to fight joined the human cause. The once small human fleet grew in numbers, and more planets were freed from the Korthar's grip. The Korthar began to realize that they had underestimated the human race. They thought they could crush Earth and its allies with ease, but they had failed to account for humanity's spirit. The humans fought, not just for survival, but for freedom, for hope, for each other. As the final battle approached, Earth's fleet, now stronger than ever, confronted the Korthar's main fleet in the heart of the Xerax system. The Korthar, though powerful, were no longer the unstoppable force they had once been. The humans had not only fought back, they had inspired an entire galaxy to rise up. The battle was fierce, but in the end, it was the humans who emerged victorious. The Korthar fleet was shattered, and their empire crumbled. The Xeroth, once on the brink of extinction, began to rebuild. The galaxy, which had once abandoned the Exaroth, now looked at Earth with a new respect. Humans had shown the galaxy that sometimes the smallest and most unexpected species could be the greatest heroes. The humans had become the last hope of the galaxy, and they had proved that even against the darkest odds, there was always a chance for victory. In a galaxy full of advanced civilizations and powerful alien empires, humanity was often overlooked. Earth, a small and seemingly insignificant planet. Yet, in the quiet corners of the universe, humans had been quietly growing stronger. They had a unique trait that no other species possessed, an unbreakable spirit and a fierce determination to never give up. But despite their strength, humanity had always been forgotten. The great empires of the galaxy viewed them as primitive and weak, nothing more than a tiny backward planet with no real power. Earth's people had always been pushed aside, ignored in favor of more advanced species with impressive technologies and powerful fleets. No one ever expected that one day, humans would rise to be the galaxy's greatest warriors. The crisis began with the invasion of the peaceful Vardians. The Vardians were a gentle species, living on a distant world called Varix. They were known for their wisdom and incredible scientific knowledge. But when a savage alien race called the Kravok arrived, their peaceful ways were no match for the Kravok's brutal ways. The Kravok were a violent, war-hungry race, bent on conquering and enslaving any species they encountered. They overwhelmed the Vardians with ease, destroying their cities and enslaving their people. Desperate, the Vardians sent out a distress signal to all the civilizations of the galaxy, hoping someone would come to their aid. But no one responded. The galaxy's empires were too busy with their own wars, too focused on their own power struggles, to care about the fate of the Vardians. They were simply too weak and unimportant to make a difference. But the Vardians had one last hope. They sent out a final message, directed at the planet Earth. The humans had never been part of the galaxy's political games, but they had heard whispers of Earth's rising strength. The Vardians believed that humans might be their only chance. First. No one believed that humanity would answer the call. The Kravok were a terrifying force, and Earth was far from the center of galactic power. But the humans did not hesitate. They had always fought for what was right, and this time would be no different. When they received the Vardians' message, Earth's leaders immediately decided to send help. They knew the Vardians might be the galaxy's last hope, and humanity could not stand by while an entire species was wiped out. Earth's military, though still relatively small compared to other galactic forces, was tough. The humans had been hardened by centuries of wars, struggles, and survival. They didn't have the same advanced technology as the great empires, but they had something else: heart. The humans were relentless, and they fought with everything they had. The humans arrived in the Varix system to find the Vardians on the brink of extinction. Their once beautiful cities were nothing but ruins, and the Kravok had already begun taking control of the planet. The humans wasted no time. They launched a surprise attack on the Kravok forces, striking with speed and precision. Despite being outnumbered, the humans used guerrilla tactics and traps, confusing the Kravok at every turn. The Kravok had never seen anything like it. The humans fought with an unpredictability that their advanced technology could not counter. They were able to fight on the ground and in space, using everything they had to fight back. The humans were smart, using their environment and resources to their advantage. They were like shadows, slipping in and out of enemy lines, never giving the Kravok a chance to regroup. In the heat of battle, the humans began to turn the tide. They liberated cities, freed enslaved Vardians, and destroyed Kravok warships. The Kravok were furious, but they couldn't keep up with the humans' relentless attacks. They had underestimated humanity, and now they were paying the price. As the humans continued to push back the Kravok, something remarkable happened. Other races who had once ignored the Vardians' plight began to take notice of the humans' bravery. Alien species that had been too afraid to fight the Kravok now looked to the humans for inspiration. Slowly, more and more races joined the fight against the Kravok. Humanity had become a symbol of hope, and their victory sparked a new rebellion across the galaxy. The Vardians, once on the brink of extinction, began to rebuild. When the final battle came, it was the humans who led the charge. The Kravok were defeated, their empire shattered by the combined strength of humanity and its newfound allies. The galaxy was forever changed. The humans had proven that they were more than just a forgotten species. They were warriors, and their spirit could not be broken. From that day forward, the humans were no longer forgotten. They had earned their place in the galaxy as one of its most respected and feared species. And they had proven to the galaxy that sometimes the greatest warriors are not the ones with the most advanced technology, but the ones who never give you p.I. In the vastness of the galaxy, countless star systems and alien species thrive. The galaxy was ruled by several powerful empires, each one constantly vying for dominance. The most powerful of these empires were the Eridani, a race of highly intelligent beings who had mastered the art of war and diplomacy. They had conquered many worlds, spreading their influence across hundreds of planets. But their reign was soon to be challenged, not by another empire or a powerful alien race, but by a tiny, insignificant planet on the outer edge of the galaxy Earth. The story began when a peaceful race, the Seleni, found their world under threat from the Eridani. The Seleni were an ancient species known for their wisdom and peaceful ways. They had lived in harmony with the universe for millennia, but when the Eridani came, they saw only a peaceful world ripe for conquest. The Seleni had no military strength to defend themselves, and so they sent a desperate plea for help. Their message reached several planets and empires, but the response was underwhelming. The galaxy's larger powers, fearing the strength of the Eridani, refused to get involved. The Seleni were left to face their fate alone. But just when all hope seemed lost, the message reached Earth. Humanity, though small and often underestimated, had always been a race of warriors. Earth had known war, survival, and the cost of freedom. The humans had fought against their own demons and had never backed down. When Earth's leaders received the Seleni's message, they made an immediate decision. They would not stand by while an innocent race was destroyed. The humans would fight. The humans' technology was far behind the Eridani's, and their fleet was small compared to the massive armadas of the galaxy's most powerful empires. But humans were not known for their size or their advanced weapons. They were known for their will to fight, their bravery, and their refusal to give up. Earth's leaders quickly gathered their military forces, called upon their greatest pilots, and sent out their best ships.